we're European champions. We know what we are. And that's what happens. European champions just get results. That's it.
So, it is. It's so true. You know who can't say that? Arsenal. Honestly, you would have had to have been a fool if you didn't have Haaland in your team, in your FPL team.
Yeah, you are a fool.
And what do? What's the main aim for all these things? It's to win a fucking football match.
This was not meant to happen. This could not happen. This is happening.
Back to another episode of the Coach's Son podcast, joined by my fellow co-hosts, Stephen and James. Boys, how we feeling? We're back again.
Feeling good, like I should. Bit of Champions League this morning.
Finish wrap it up. Come on. You almost had a perfect rhyme there. Feeling good, like I should. Bit of Champions League this morning.
And
I thought you were going to give me something.
And he's had a stroke.
I was gonna say how good's Chris Wood.
Maybe if we play today. I suppose we got 3 points this morning, which was good. Wasn't the most entertaining
back in the
game.
Champions League.
Yes.
Back in the Champions League.
3 seasons away, I think it was. It was 900 something days I heard today. Too long.
Who's counting?
No, not us. Like I said, wasn't the most entertaining game, but we'll take 3 points and move on because that's the most important thing.
That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. Simple as that.
As we do on this podcast, majority of the time we're speaking about
Where's Morgan?
About the Premier League. It was an exciting weekend of football. Plenty of goals. We had people scoring on debuts. We had derbies on. It was all good fun. Did you guys catch much football?
Debuts.
Well, that's what we do.
When you weren't sporking, were you watching?
Yeah, of course we did. That's what we do here in Australia. We stay up until what's time of Spurs? 2:30.
For 2:30. I didn't get to sleep till about 5 a.m.
Yes.
So I was up till
there was another game after that did kick off at 5. Did try and make that one.
No,
couldn't, unfortunately. So had an early night, 5 a.m. Last weekend. So we did catch quite a bit of football. Again, Spurs too good for West Ham.
And to think
that's the hard part, isn't it? It's when the sun comes up. That's when you know it's a bit rough.
To think that people would go out and do whatever and stuff like that and come home at early hours in the morning and we're sitting there fucking watching the soccer until 5 o'clock in the morning instead. Unreal. Unreal.
One of those things. Do you stay on the couch and sleep on the couch for a couple of hours, or do you go upstairs, wake up the wife, get a couple hours sleep up there? What do you guys know?
Depends on the games in between. Otherwise, you can't. But we've discussed this before in the past, obviously having the games at such a late time. And I think it works out pretty well, especially if you've got an event on a Saturday night, for example, you can look forward to coming home and watching some Premier League football. So the night doesn't end for us when we get home. The night's just starting.
Yeah. It's just hard when you've gone to sleep and then you've got to wake up a couple of hours later just to watch the game.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do it, mate.
We make, and the passion that we have, that's it. We do it for the love of the game.
Absolutely.
But there were some exciting games. We obviously watched the Arsenal game together. Stephen, you were nice enough to host us. Look, I think it was what we expected, right? We spoke about this. Ange came back in. He was appointed as the new Nottingham Forest manager, and we didn't know what to expect. We had a bit of an idea because he had come out and said he'd only had one training session with the team before going into that big game against Arsenal.
It was a free hit for
They
him.
did okay, but the scoreline showed otherwise, right? It was
it's kind of
3-0 Arsenal dominated.
To be fair, the way the game went, we all expected it. Yeah. They dominated. We're talking about a team that has been top 2 the last 3 years, to a team that you could say is about to start another rebuild. The new manager who's been there for 2 days. So
We'll see how he goes.
Too much.
You know what's great to see as well? I mean, obviously, a bit later on, we want to talk about home ground advantages and the great equaliser, so to speak. But the reintroduction of the long throw that we saw was that Brentford took full advantage of that right at the end to get their equaliser against Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of equalisers, and great equaliser to make a level playing field, I mean, Tony Pulis was
the master.
Everyone would laugh at him for utilising players like Rory Delap. But now, it's one of the best tactics in the game to get the long throw and the crowd an opportunity. I mean, I'm sure he's sitting there watching the Premier League these days going, I mean, people say that Pep has changed the game, that people want to try and copy Pep. They're not doing
Tony.
They're doing that with Tony. Big Tony Pulis.
Not even just the long throw. What about off the kickoff? The ball going straight up the line, up the pitch, just to get good advantage up the field.
Exactly.
I love what I'm seeing. And it's the big teams that are doing it too.
Football can be back.
Newcastle, City are seen doing it. Exciting. Yeah. It's good. Makes the Premier League that much more exciting. That's why we love it.
Absolutely. Now,
that's why we love it.
I obviously won't touch on Spurs for too much. Obviously, it was a very convincing win. A little bit by the red card, but I think we were quite dominant. However, I didn't stay up and watch Liverpool play on that Monday morning, but it was inevitable that I would wake up and check the result to see a Mo Salah penalty to be the winner. When
just the winner.
Surely,
95th winner. It was 70th minute. I was this close to messaging in the group chat saying, Salah penalty, it's coming. But then the only two that were up were the two Liverpool supporters, so I didn't want to absolutely cop it from them. And sure enough, look what happens. He's incredible, isn't he, Adam?
I'm honestly going to say that his performance in the game was atrocious.
As it always is.
And it's one of those...
As it always is.
Don't push it. I'm being nice. Can't say it always is.
It always is.
But he had a terrible game. And I think it's one of those things now, Mo Salah is such on a pedestal at Liverpool that he can't be substituted. And I don't know if it's because they hold out for specific moments like this. If there's going to be anyone that's going to put a goal away, it's going to be him, even when he's having a terrible game.
Only going to be him.
It's only him. And you know what? I can't complain, but I tell you though, Liverpool-Burnley was a tough watch. It was a tough watch. I think we had 27 shots on goal the whole game. And Burnley, the way they played, it was a hard watch. 11 men behind the ball constantly. Taking advantage of counterattacks if they could. And I guess that's how you're going to play against a team like Liverpool, right? If it come in, especially to your home ground. It was a tough watch. But you know what? It was, the crowd was on their feet and it was a good atmosphere, but it was a little bit of a hard watch. And, Liverpool came away with 3 points somehow. That's the fourth week in a row that they've scored, right at the end of the game. I think 2 beyond the 80th minute and two others beyond the 90. So
1 beyond the 100. So you look at Salah's stats this season, right? They've played 4 games, 2 goals, 1 assist. When you think about it, that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. Then you think back, his performances, almost in every single game, let's be real, they've been average at best. The 2 goals,
less than average.
And in the first game, he scored a 90-something minute goal to make it 4-2 with his right foot, which he just swung at it.
Yep.
And then he got the assist for the young fella to score in the 100th minute against Newcastle.
It's
always him.
Let me tell you something. If Brennan Johnson goes on penalties for Spurs and he continues to start for Spurs, and he's consistent as he is, when I say he's not in his overall performances, but in his goal-scoring outputs, right? He'll be remembered as the next Salah. Because he is.
I don't doubt that.
Whoa.
He is. Whoa. Mo Salah, and I saw a beautiful tweet online. Mo Salah is the Lionel Messi of Brennan Johnson's.
you say you saw that on Twitter? Was it your Twitter?
It wasn't mine. But I thought that was unreal, and it's perfect. Salah is the Lionel Messi's of Brennan Johnson's. You can't disagree. You can't disagree.
Oh, it's crazy.
So
it's crazy.
That's the takeaway from the weekend.
Well, and you know what? That goal took him to the fourth all-time goal scorers list for the Premier League. Which is ridiculous. It's crazy. It was just crazy.
Are you serious?
Game's gone.
It's unbelievable.
Game's gone.
Game's not gone. It's still there.
You just said it was back.
Oh, game's gone.
It's back.
And it's gone again.
And then, then you made it gone again.
And that's also, most people coming out saying it's scary as well, right? Because Liverpool's had 4 games. They haven't played their best football. And they've still got 12 points.
Yeah, well,
they've still got 12 points.
At this stage of the season, it's performance over results. The first 8 to 10 games, it's always performance over results. You look at the leagues that Man City have won under Pep, and at the start of the season, they've always not been getting results because they've always been focusing on the performance. And then come the second half of the season, the performances are properly clicking and the results are coming, and because of both of them combined, they're unstoppable. It's scary now to think that Liverpool are not performing well and they're still getting results.
Yeah.
And that's a scary thing when they start performing well after, let's say, 8 to 10 rounds or however long it takes for them to start to click. Who's going to stop them? Who's going to stop them?
It was the reverse last season for them. I think they started off all right. They were up there, and then all of a sudden they just, lost the plot. And that middle part of the season, they absolutely crumbled. They did claw it back a bit towards the end of the season, but there was a good 10-game period where the wheels
are falling off.
Yeah.
Man, I don't like to look at the table this early on, but don't you love the top 3 at the moment? Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs. Don't you?
It's been 4 games. It's been 4 games. Everyone
for Spurs. Even for Spurs. We saw Ange. Well, he was top after 10 games.
That's right.
Nuno won his first 3 games. He was top of the league, and he got sacked a month later.
Correct.
When he was at Spurs. So I'm
standard Spurs.
not even
always
looking at it.
Slipping in negativity.
I'm not looking at it just because we know it's going to happen.
It's realistic, mate. It's realism. That's why.
We've lived it. We've lived it. In today's game, it was average, right?
Look,
today's game was average. 2 teams that were just subpar. We were up 1-0. I'm almost waiting for them to score in the last 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And if they did, I wouldn't have been surprised. I would have been disappointed, but I wouldn't have been surprised.
When Nicolas Pepe hit that...
for our listeners, you're talking about the Champions League game.
Just Champions League game this morning as we're recording. Yeah. I mean, when Pepe took that free kick in the 88th minute, and I was just waiting for the net just to rip ball because I'm like, it's in there. It's bound to happen. But you know what? It didn't. That's because we're European champions. Now, listen, when the players are walking out, the Champions League anthem was, playing, and all you could hear around the stadium was, "We know what we are. We know what we are. We're European champions. We know what we are." And that's what happens. European champions just get results. That's it.
It is. Yeah, it's so true. You know who can't say that?
Wait.
Arsenal.
I can't wait.
Talking to you.
Yeah, you're going to clip this in 6 months' time. We're going to be out of every single competition. They're going to be top of everything.
They're going to be top of everything. And then they're going to be laughing at us.
And so they should.
Well done to them. Congratulations to them.
They are so
exactly
good.
Right. They are. They are probably the best team in the league right now.
Look, maybe one more game we'll pick out. We've got to speak about the derby, the Manchester derby. I don't know. Did you guys predict this score? I think, look, United obviously has some trouble at the moment.
Yes.
United won one game this year.
It's very true.
And it was their last-minute winner, penalty against Burnley at home. They lost against Grimsby. They had a draw against Fulham, and now they've lost another 2 games.
Hang on. Grimsby has just made a pass to the next round. They just beat Sheffield Wednesday. So they could be a contender for the Carabao Cup. But yeah, no, I think I did predict Man City win. Captain Haaland with confidence.
Yeah.
I think he scored in every Premier League game he's played against United. He scored. Yeah, I think it was just. I think it was inevitable. Unfortunately, it was just the bridge too far. And I think that bloke who's going to be growing his hair for a lot longer than he would have first anticipated. Yeah. Every time they don't win a game, I just think of that bloke.
No, I know. I thought about it today.
Even when they win a game, you think of that bloke.
Mate.
Imagine they win 4 in a row, and the 5th one, the nerves you'd be watching.
He's going to chainsaw how thick his hair is. But honestly, you would have had to have been a fool if you didn't have Haaland in your team, in your FPL team.
Yeah, you are a fool.
So he produces in the derby. In the derby, every single time he produces, he does. It's inevitable.
But
it's inevitable.
Look, the Premier League, the fantasy Premier League, is going strong. I mean, there's new leaders every week. This is what the beauty of the competition is. Every week there's been a new leader. The top 8 has been changing, and it's still, even for the people that are yet to win the game in our Premier League competition,
don't give up.
You're only 4 weeks away from being in the top 8. That's the beauty about it. And you don't have to catch up by 30 or 40 points a game week. You only need to win by 1. By 1. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, shout out to Why Always Me, who's currently sitting top of the FPL tree.
I'm sure he's listening. Absolutely.
They all are.
Sure you are, but you know what, buddy? You're not going to be there for long.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Hey. Oh, hey, that's one of our followers.
Huh? Yeah,
you're a good bloke. Like and subscribe.
He already has.
Subscribes.
Stephen, you wanted to discuss equalisers, as we mentioned before. What do you give us a bit of a backstory?
Before I do that, look, there's a reason I got this guy hanging behind me. Right? I saw a stat during the week. Harry Kane has 67 Bundesliga goals in 66 games. If that is any other player, if that is Haaland, if that is Lewandowski, if that's Messi and Ronaldo at their prime, we are hearing his name every single day. And I'm not just saying it because I'm a Spurs supporter. I love the bloke. But that is an incredible record.
He has not ever been given the respect he deserves, and it's because he played for Spurs. I think it's unfair to judge a player based on the team's results, right? And I think, if anything, you should be looking at a player such as Kane when Spurs were finishing 8th, 9th, and he was still scoring over 30 goals. It just shows what a player he was. I mean, just not his finishing. It's his all-round play, build-up play. And when people are talking about, all-time Premier League 11s or whatever it may be, to not have him in the discussion genuinely is ridiculous. And again, taking bias aside from it, he's the second highest Premier League goal scorer, and he offers so much more than who is the current holder of the Premier League goal scorer in Shearer, through build-up play, through hold-up, in defensive efforts as well. And he was doing it for such a long time. To not have him in contention as, let's say, the best ever striker the Premier League has ever seen is ridiculous.
I think this is a prime example where an $100 million price tag was worth every single penny that they paid.
100%.
I think the stuff that he's doing there is unbelievable.
They probably
even in the Champions League. If they want to critique it and say that it's just in Bundesliga, it's not. It's the Champions League as well.
They probably didn't think that he would be able to do what Lewandowski was doing. And he is. And he's doing it better. And he's getting assists. Unbelievable.
He's a freak.
And for him to not even be in the conversation for the Ballon d'Or. Okay, they look at who wins the Champions League, who wins that. The guy scored a goal a game. A goal a game. Come on.
The fact that you look at, obviously, you just watch him play and watch what he contributes to the team performance, plus the output of goals as a striker that he provides. No one can sit there with an unbiased view and say he's not the best striker probably for the last 10 years. You can't say that he's not. Because
I think it's the most perfect example of longevity and consistency in the current player right now, for sure. And you know what? He didn't really have a bad track record with injuries either, has he?
He's always kept himself fit. He was always strong. Like, don't get me wrong, like he had a few ankle problems and injuries.
He was still scoring 20-plus goals that season.
It was just that trophy was hanging over his head. He went and won a trophy, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, but it's the Bundesliga, blah, blah, blah. It's like, does he need a trophy or not? And again, obviously, you look at Spurs, who just won a trophy. Are you telling me that he wouldn't go into that side? Are you telling me that just Solanke's and Richarlison's are great players? Don't get me wrong. Obviously, the best strikers in the Premier League at the moment.
I'm talking about R9 right now.
But what I'm saying is that, are you telling me that they're better players because they won a European trophy and he hasn't? The argument that a player has to win a trophy to be recognised is ridiculous.
An individual accolade, like the Ballon d'Or,
is ridiculous. It's not possible. So, good shout out, Stephen. Anyway.
I would love to see him come back, though, to the Premier League. I would love to see him finish it off.
See him try and break down that record or chase down that record.
I think it's too far for him. He shouldn't have gone. But anyway.
Oh, really?
Move on.
He should have gone. But he needed a trophy, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, great equalisers. So here in Australia, especially Sydney where we are, we do watch a bit of NRL, right? And there has been a lot of wet weather around in Sydney the last couple of months. And what they tend to say when there is a wet weather game is that the rain is a great equaliser, meaning a team that's not as good has a much better chance to beat the team that might be running first, second, third. So it got me thinking, what are some great equalisers that they do in the Premier League or just football in general? And I thought about the rain. Does it really affect a football match? I don't think it does. Maybe slightly, sure. But I don't think it has as much impact as it does on other sports.
Are you questioning whether they are, forced equalisers? Like, obviously, where a home team may make some changes to their pitch or surroundings or environment and force an equaliser for a home ground advantage? Or are you talking about, natural,
out of their control?
Out of their control.
Something out of their control. So I don't think there is something that is out of their control. You can obviously say the referee is out of their control. They say, obviously, in the long run, it kind of evens itself out. So I don't want to get into that argument. Teams and clubs have to find different ways to give themselves an advantage. And the first thing that came into my mind was Stoke City, as Adam types away. Stoke City growing their grass when they used to play long balls, long throw-ins.
No, that's in their control, though.
That's in their control. I couldn't think
that's
of
in their
something
control.
that was
out of their control.
Yeah.
What about the wind? What about the wind? A swirling wind takes away any long ball. Any long ball is a lottery. It's a mystery. The wind can take it left, right, wherever it is. I think the wind does definitely play a part. I think absolutely it's a bit of an equaliser there.
But not to the extent as other sports with rain.
No, I don't know. What do you think, Adam? Are there any out of people's controls equalisers that affect
before
results?
Adam says anything, another thing is the Premier League, the pitch has to be within a certain
range,
right? And it doesn't have to be exactly 100 metres. It doesn't have to be exactly 50 metres wide or whatever it is.
No.
So teams would, again, make their pitch smaller, make their training pitches that same length so they know the exact diameters of their pitch when they come on the weekend, which is different to what another team would do. I think Man United's ground was always traditionally a bit larger from memory. And obviously there's other teams that would have a bit smaller, which would suit their style of play. So that's another one that I thought of.
You know, I always used to say that Newcastle was on like a bit of a hill. I've heard that so many times that there was it was on a it was a bit steep, I think, in certain parts of the field. It was on a bit of a slant, which is somewhat an advantage towards Newcastle, I guess, being quite used to playing on it.
That's right, because they're playing it on every single week, so they know what it's like. If you're playing on it once a year, you think you know what it's like, but I don't think you will. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's an equaliser out of their hand, and I don't even know if this is what you're pretty much talking about, but I'm going to bring it up anyway, right? It's when that ball boy in the Champions League game for Spurs throws the ball quick, fast, down the line, and he gets you guys a goal. Quick, fast, unpredictable. And then they brought him over to the training ground the next day.
Yeah, I mean...
What a fantastic...
I mean...
Spurs, how much money they put in his pocket. Unbelievable, mate.
I mean, it's fair. It had an advantage. He literally scored from that throw-in as well. So
he did. I think he came back and won the game.
Yeah. I would say it's an equaliser. I'd think of things like the wind. I'd probably say is an uncontrollable equaliser. I think that would definitely throw some spanner in the works.
What would a team at the bottom end of the table do to give their team an advantage over one of the other top teams? And I'm not talking tactics, and I'm not talking anything like formations or anything like that.
Well, it's like you said. I mean, obviously they would. I remember. I think it was Roberto Mancini at Man City. I think it was him when they would play against Stoke, who then had Rory Delap doing the long throw-ins. He would ensure the sponsorship boards was right up against the sideline, so Rory Delap couldn't get a long throw-in, couldn't get a run-up for his long throw. So things like that, I'm pretty sure it was him, where he'd bring those sponsorship boards right up close to the sideline so that he couldn't actually do a long throw-in. So he had to stand there rather than going for a run-up. So there's examples like that, which is actually very clever, I feel. But I'm sure there's things where, like, even in the change rooms, to make the opposition unsettled at the start, I'm sure they play around with the air conditioning as well, probably to either make it really hot or really cold.
But you see it in the new stadiums now, right? When you see the pundits going around and saying, "Oh, this is really nice for an away change room." Back in the day, it used to be a bloody toilet bowl you used to sit on for the game, and then obviously the home change room would be unreal. So yeah, maybe in those older grounds, definitely. I feel like maybe the newer grounds they make it too nice for them.
I did notice, what, when I went and did the Liverpool tour, I did notice that the change room wasn't crash hot. Well, the away one wasn't anyway. We didn't get to go into the home one, but the away one was definitely not crash hot. Same Fraser Park had better days.
No, 100% teams do that. The away change rooms will not be as nice. And for a particular reason, you don't want the away team getting comfortable at your home ground. There'll be things like that 100%. I mean, I know Arteta has recently asked the club, and they have removed the extractable tunnel. So, the players can hear the crowd as they walk out. But Adam, you made a good point when watching the Forest game. I don't think anybody was actually making any noise in the crowd anyway at the Emirates. So I don't think that would actually help.
Our TV was not on mute.
So I'm not too sure, but there's another thing there that obviously is quite creative, that they would actually come up with an idea to try and either unsettle the opposition or try and give the home team some sort of an advantage. But it's all part of the game. I love that sort of stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
It's fantastic. Like I said, as long as it's within the rules and it's not going too far over the line. I don't mind people bend the rules, but you don't break the rules. But all that sort of stuff is part and parcel of the romance of football. And you don't want to lose it. I feel like it's starting to get watered down because players are expecting a lot more nicer things. They turn up to places they probably want the best of the best, where players back in the day only concerned themselves about playing the game. That was it. And they knew to expect a hard time going to particular stadiums. So, I think that sort of stuff needs to stay within the game. We can't water it down too much and pan towards the players too much, because it's all great stories as well. And you look at the players who do go on podcasts these days to talk about these stories and experiences, and they look back at it with fond memories. And they loved it.
And why do they do it? what's the main aim for all these things? It's to win a fucking football match.
Yeah.
It's about winning.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all about winning.
Yeah. Mentality.
Yeah.
Passion.
Big passion. No, very good. Will anybody listening have a think about any experiences that you may have had as well playing growing up at, equalisers or things that you experienced at away games as well?
Like Adam, away at Dulwich Hill, big rivals.
The big
that was unsettling.
Yep.
Oh, shaking in my boots just thinking about it.
Like the old man. Oh, no, that was a Stanmore. Come on, Stanmore. Mate, they used to rattle some players, mate.
Passion. You know what I'm saying? It's just passion.
Passion. That's all.
Very
we're all about. Bit of passion, you know?
Bit of passion.
That's true.
Guys, I think we're also going to introduce a new segment into the coach's son segment's coming. Don't worry, guys. It's still going to be.
It's still around.
It's back. It's still around. Don't get me wrong. It's back. But we've got a new segment now. I feel like we come up with a new segment every 3 weeks.
Every week. And then we forget about it. And then we don't bring it up again.
But now we're going to be consistent.
This one we're keeping. I need to get back to some previous episodes and see what those new segments. I swear we've had about 3 or 4 different segments. Anyway, the point is we've got another.
This one a while ago.
We've got another new segment.
We don't have to do edits for it, and then we don't even use it.
So weekend, the upcoming fixtures, the weekend's predictions, where we're going to pick either results, something that may happen in the game, such as how many goals or corners or whatever it may be, from the weekend, the upcoming weekend's fixtures. So if we have a look at the, I've got one straight off the bat. Stephen, you've got one ready?
I do have one myself, yes.
Yeah. Ready spaghetti.
I've got the Fulham Brentford game. I'm expecting goals. Goals. You look at both teams' last 5 fixtures, there's not a nil or draw there. So both teams encourage goals, scoring goals and conceding goals, right? So I've got Fulham to beat Brentford at home, but there will be over 2.5 goals in the game. That's my
nice
game week 5 prediction of the week. Fulham to win at home against Brentford.
I like it.
Over 2.5 goals in the game. Stephen?
Very nice. Yeah, well, there are some big games this weekend.
Absolutely.
There's Liverpool-Everton, which is the early game here. Actually, to be fair, it's the early game everywhere in the world.
It is.
Yeah. I will point that out. But it's 9:30 game here, which is quite nice. Man United, Chelsea is also on, and then there's the big one to round out the week, Arsenal versus Manchester City. I would expect Arsenal will be going into this game favourites.
Heavy
favourites.
They would be.
They've conceded 1 goal in 4 games.
What a team.
They're unbelievable. However, they are versing
Can't
Manchester
compete.
City. So my coach's son prediction of the week will be Manchester City to win or draw.
Ooh.
Okay. Not too bold, that one.
Double chance.
That's
what we're
like
about. We're not trying to be bold. We want something a bit more realistic. People find value in what we're saying, and they listen to us.
I like it.
Be silly not to.
I like it.
Be silly not to. The prediction that I'm going with, and it's one specific game. Stevie had just mentioned it. It's United-Chelsea.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I think... please, I'll be sleeping through that one. United-Chelsea. I think this is also played at Old Trafford. I think we're going... It's got 2-2 written all over it for me.
Wow.
And I think Garnacho is going to come and score the equaliser against United.
So you're saying it's going to be 2-2 with the Garnacho goal?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a very bold prediction.
That's
a
lot bolder than ours.
Manifesting.
Absolutely.
I mean, look,
like it.
He's not coming into my fantasy league. Don't be silly. But that's
No.
prediction.
Very nice.
Very good. Well, there you go, guys. There are predictions for the weekend.
Can I just say that was thrilling?
That was silly. We should keep that segment.
The fans are gonna love that.
We got to keep this segment going. The fans love it.
Well, we do it every week.
Yeah. It's nice and easy anyway. Might as well.
All right. Well, it's been fun. I think we should wrap it up with our bring it back, right?
Nominations.
Everyone loves it. Coach's Son nomination of the week. And look, there was obviously Champions League this morning. We had a big round of fixtures as well in Premier League football. There was a lot of red cards as well. There was a lot of red cards. Not a lot. Like, there were a couple. Can I give a Coach's Son nomination to a referee?
Absolutely.
Possible? I thought the try today in the Spurs game was... I could easily give it to the goalkeeper, right? But I feel sorry for the bloke. His first Champions League game. I actually thought he played decent, besides that the goal that he gave away. He literally threw it in the back of the net. But I thought the refereeing, before I fell asleep because it was an absolute snooze fest, was an absolute joke. He was a joker. Giving fouls for absolutely no reason. I think Mohamed Kudus gave away a foul. He literally didn't touch the bloke. It's not like he fully swung his leg. And then 5 minutes later, Richarlison goes down in the box. I'm not saying it was a penalty, but there was contact there. But of course, doesn't give that one. There was 4 yellow cards in the first half, and it was not malicious at all.
Yeah.
So, referee, be better. You're my Coach's Son nomination.
Starting strong.
Wow.
Nominations are back.
Vicious.
We are back.
I'm going to look towards the Premier League. Now, I don't know whether I should nominate the player or the coach as my Coach's Son nomination, or even myself, actually.
Oh.
I played my wild card last week in my FPL, and I've had a look at Newcastle, and I've gone, you know what? Elanga, new signing. They've got some decent fixtures coming up. He's relatively well priced.
Yeah,
he's a certain to start, and he's going to score goals.
He's going to get a return
at home against. Who they even play? I can't remember. They won 1-0. Completely forgot who they played against now.
Yeah, they versus Wolves.
Against Wolves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I've brought in Elanga, confident. I've almost captained him. To only say that Eddie Howe has not started him, and then he's only played about 9 minutes off the bench. So I don't know whether I should give myself Elanga or Eddie Howe my Coach's Son nomination of the week.
Look, I think that's a bit unfair on Elanga. It's not his fault. It's not his decision. So it's either yourself.
Definitely your fault.
Yourself.
Definitely your fault.
Or Eddie Howe.
I wouldn't blame it on Eddie Bravo.
Enough.
There's no way. There's no way.
You're getting Bravo. Adam?
I'm going back to the Champions League this morning. And I'm actually going to dabble into the Real Madrid game. So Trent goes down within the first 10 minutes, right? There's this big competition between the two, Carvajal and Trent, recently. Trent starts today Champions League game. Goes down injured within the first 10 minutes. Carvajal comes on, right? Down the line towards the end of the game, bit of a scuffle in the box. Carvajal goes right up to the goalkeeper and headbutts him. Gets straight red card. So now, Real Madrid has no right backs. From having 2 world class to none of them. So, you know what? I'm not blaming Trent. It's out of his control. So, Carvajal, you're my Coach's Son. Enjoy that with your red card, mate.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Unlucky.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Mad theatrics, but from the goalkeeper. But you got to do it. Why not? 100%. You know, one of those ones where they just keep rolling. Should have just kept rolling. He's holding his head all the way down the pitch. Should have done it.
Yeah, we didn't have to. Mason Greenwood got an assist in that game. Do you think we'll ever see him back in the Premier League?
No.
How good is that? But, you know, he's in Champions League playing and United's watching Champions League. That's the best.
United's watching Champions League.
That's the best.
Actually, Garnacho has just left United, gone to Chelsea. United, going to be watching him playing in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel?
Chelsea world champions, mate. World Cup.
I'm sure Anthony will still be playing Europa League Still European football.
What a player! What a player!
What a player! He's unbelievable.
You see, I went to the where did he go? The Turkish league.
Yeah, I think he went to Turkey.
His first game, he got man of the match. It'll be a United curse at the moment, I think. It'll be a United curse. That's the best. That's the best. Anyway, it's time to wrap it up. It's been fantastic.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks. Everyone, good luck with the FPL. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you tune in. Follow us on all socials. And we'll be back next week. Adios.
This was not meant to happen. This could not happen.